Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sydney, if you didn't know. Today I'm painting on another hubcap that I found on the side of the road. If you haven't seen my first hubcap video, go watch it. I don't know what you're doing here. Go watch the first one and come back to this one because it's good. Today I'm painting botanical themed salamander inspired painting. It's painting of salamanders and yeah. So the bigger salamanders, the ones I'm painting right here, are Hellbenders. They are native to the eastern half of the United States. I mean, on the eastern portion, in some selective states. But they're really cool. They're all wrinkly, and they're just big, and they have a big mouth and tiny teeth. And they're cute. They're cute. And the other salamander are Mudpuppies, which are also native to the eastern part of the U.S. And they're also cute, and they have the little red branchy thingies, ear thingies, and they're so cute. Yeah. So as you may have noticed, when I put down brown paint, it's kind of transparent that you can see under, and so I add white to make it more opaque, and then I add other colors later to make it to add on to that, but the white just helps solidify the paint so that it's not transparent. As you may know from my last video, I found this hubcap on the side of the road, and my first hubcap. So I've been driving around recently, and I'm just like, if I'm driving by myself, I'll try to remember to look for like a hubcap so I can just be like, oh yes, I can stop on the side of the road when it's safe, and like go pick it up, because I'm not gonna pay for one unless I have to. The only time I paid for a hubcap was when I found a Cadillac hubcap on the side of the road, and I did painting of that, and then I was like, wait, if I get another one, I can have two of the same paintings, like two painting sets, you know? Yeah, so I'm trying to look for more, and it makes me excited because, bro, you find so many hubcaps on the side of the road, especially on freeways, but I'm not gonna stop on the side of the road of a freeway. I don't want to die. So, you know, here's a picture of a Hellbender, and here's a picture of a Mudpuppy so that you can know what they look like. They're just so cute. I want to hold one. Ah! So the pattern for this hubcap was 4 Hellbenders and then 4 Mudpuppies next to each other. And then corresponding pattern of different colors and plants throughout. Except for the middle section, which you'll see later. There's no pattern. I was gonna do a pattern, but then I'm like, I'm just gonna do random things, yeah, and it worked out. As I'm painting on this hubcap, there is a broken section that, like, if I put my hand on the section, it would like move and make it crack and sounds bad, and I'm like, if I leave too much pressure on this, it's gonna break even more. So I was trying not to do that, but then I would forget, and then I would hear the sound, and I was just like, ah! It was a struggle. So I had to keep my hand like propped up and elevated, and it was just complicated. Here I'm just putting the little red branchy thingies on the Mudpuppies. And now I'm getting into the middle section. I decided I wanted to do a Mudpuppy instead of a Hellbender because I guess I could make it like twisty more than the Hellbender, because the Hellbender is just so chunky. And so I decided to do a Mudpuppy. And I made it like, I wanted to make it twist, not just be in a circle like the other painting that I did on a hubcap. I feel like I've been recently getting into like amphibians and how cute they are. I used to draw bats all the time, and I mean, they're still really cool, and they're like my favorite animal, but like, salamanders are just so cute. I don't know, and the aquatic feel combined with like plants is just so like beautiful. Oh, so cute. So here I decided to do some lily pads, and I was gonna do a pattern, but then I'm like, nah, let's just make them random lily pads all over the place in like the middle section. I forgot to mention, yes, I am painting on my bed again, but this time I actually have like my painting rag thing under the hubcap, so I'm not gonna accidentally get paint on my bed. And I moved all my blankets and stuff out of the way, so I'm not like gonna have things in the way. This painting took me around 3 days. First, I had to re-spray paint the hubcap because it was originally green, like this dark green, and I was like, I want a light green. So I did that, and you can see that in my last vlog. Check it out. And so then I started painting it one day, and then I was really tired because it was nighttime. I'm like, it's time. We'll do it another day, the next day. So yeah, it took 3 days. I still want to spray it with like a finish, like both the hubcaps that I painted, because the paint could scrape off, but I haven't tested it and I don't want to. Painting this section was difficult, same with like another section where I paint the flowers, because like it's at another angle and it's hard to get your paintbrush to do what you want because it's not a flat plane, it's just, yeah. And also I didn't look up references for plants. I just pulled out in my mind, like out of my mind, what I've seen before and what I've painted, so maybe next time I'll actually use a reference for the plants. But I mean, still look good. Usually if I paint something, I don't paint patterns, you know, like this for example, because it's a hubcap, it's all symmetrical. You paint pattern, it looks good, you know, and I usually don't do that, so I think it was really effective for me to paint like a pattern on this type of surface, because if I paint like a landscape, I mean, that would look cool, but I think a pattern's just very effective. When I was painting these flowers, I first didn't, like when I first did the first flower, I said first so many times, sorry, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to be, and then I kept doing all of them. I'm like, okay, let's add things, let's add these little white branchy thingies in the middle, and you know, it looks good in the end. I didn't totally fail, but like the pink color that I used was almost like too on the gray side. It was like a musky pink, and I was like, nah, that's no, change it. But doing these little yellow dots was very like therapeutic and like fun. And then here I'm doing the green leaves, which was also difficult, very difficult. When I was doing the leaves that went up on the side, it was just, I was just letting the brush do what it wanted. I'm like, you can do it, do whatever you want, brush. Here I'm using this pearlescent paint that I got from Target. I love this paint so much because you change the angle of like the canvas, and it's just so shiny and beautiful. So I decided to do little dots at the top of the triangle thingies, and then I decided to do like little water wave things, I don't know, like swoosh in the center, and dots. You know, the aesthetic, I like it. I also added eyes and pearlescent paint to the salamanders, but I didn't film that, sorry. And I added shading to the salamanders, but I didn't film that yet. So here's an overview of like the shininess, and I love it so much. I really hope I find a hubcap sometime soon so I can do another one of these paintings, because I just love it so much. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you like it. Follow me on Instagram at squids_art. Like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay awesome. Bye!